All right, America, buckle up. Tonight we're diving into the dizzying world of Trump marketing. This is a man who slapped his name on everything from steaks to airlines and convinced a good chunk of the country to wear hats, worshipping him as some kind of baseball cap deity. Donald Trump is a marketing genius. Yeah, or is he? From golden skyscrapers to bizarre NFTs and questionable campaign moves, let's break down Trump's best and worst designs making waves right now. Some are pure gold, others total disasters. Stay till the end. Number 3 is shocking. Love him or hate him, Make America Great Again is one of the most powerful slogans in modern political history. Those bright red hats were everywhere. They became a uniform, a badge of belonging, a way to spot your drunk uncle at Thanksgiving from a mile away. And the genius of it, it's vague. Make America great? When was it great? How do we make it great? Nobody knows, but it doesn't matter. Because that slogan tapped into something primal, a deep-seated yearning for something. And Trump slapped it on a hat and sold millions of them. Millions of hats, people. Think about the logistics of that. Did he single-handedly cause a national shortage of red dye? Did he corner the market on foam and trucker mesh? We may never know, but one thing is certain. Trump understands the power of a simple, catchy slogan, even if the actual policies behind it are about as well-defined as a melted tub of Trump ice cream. And the merch. Oh God, the merch! We're talking hats, t-shirts, flags, mugs, bumper stickers, those weird little garden flags that people put in their yards to passively, aggressively communicate their political beliefs to their neighbors. You name it, it had MAGA plastered all over it. Love him or loathe him, you have to hand it to the man. He knows how to sell a message. Let's be honest, folks, the man loves gold. And nowhere is that more evident than Trump Tower, that gleaming, gaudy monument to ego and excess on Fifth Avenue. You know, the one impossible to miss, constantly surrounded by tourists taking pictures and probably visible from space. But here's the thing, Trump Tower isn't just a building, it's the physical embodiment of the Trump brand. It's big, it's brash, it's opulent to the point of absurdity, and it screams, look at me, I'm rich and successful, or at least I want you to think I am. And you know what? It worked. For decades, that building was synonymous with success, with luxury, with the kind of over-the-top wealth that most people can only dream of. It was aspirational in a way, even if the aspiration was to swim in a pool of money like Scrooge McDuck. The man understood the power of branding long before most people knew what branding was. Remember when Trump got kicked off Twitter? It was like watching a particularly loud and obnoxious bird get evicted from its nest. And for a while there, it seemed like he was gone for good, banished from the digital public square for his various transgressions against common decency and the English language. But then, like a phoenix rising from the ashes of a dumpster fire, he launched Truth Social. Now let's be honest, folks, Truth Social was an interesting experiment. It was like Twitter, but with even more conspiracy theories and a distinct lack of anyone you'd actually want to follow. But here's the thing. Trump understood that any attention is good attention. He knew that by creating his own platform, he could control the narrative, silence his critics, and continue to spread his particular brand of, let's call it alternative facts, to his loyal base. And you know what? It worked. For a hot minute, Truth Social was all the rage, at least among the MAGA faithful. Chapter 4. The Trump NFTs from superhero to laughingstock? Yes, the Trump NFTs. Because what says presidential more than a digital trading card depicting yourself as a superhero, an astronaut, or in one particularly baffling example, a cowboy riding a bald eagle through a fiery landscape? I mean, it's not like there's a long and storied tradition of former world leaders hawking their digital likenesses online, right? Oh, wait. But seriously, folks, what was going on there? Was it a desperate cash grab, a bizarre attempt at performance art, a cry for help disguised as a digital collectible? The world may never know. But here's the thing. Despite their inherent ridiculousness, those NFTs sold. And they sold well. Some of them went for thousands of dollars. Thousands! For a JPEG of Donald Trump dressed as a superhero. What timeline is this? Now, some might say that this is just another example of Trump's uncanny ability to separate fools from their money, and they might be right. But you also have to admire the sheer audacity of it all. Chapter 5, God Emperor Trump, the strange world of Trump campaign merch. All right, let's talk about the current state of Trump campaign merch, because things have gotten interesting. Gone are the days of the simple yet effective Make America Great Again hats. Oh no, my friends, we have entered a new era of Trumpian self-promotion. One where subtlety has been thrown out the window and replaced with the kind of over-the-top absurdity that would make a used car salesman blush. We're talking t-shirts with Trump riding a T-Rex while shooting lasers out of his eyes. We're talking coffee mugs that declare him the God Emperor of the United States. We're talking those little dog bandanas that say "Make America Rake Again," because apparently that's the thing now. Honestly, it's like someone gave a 12-year-old boy with a Napoleon complex a Photoshop license and access to a t-shirt printing press. It's gloriously unhinged, and I kind of love it. But here's the question, is this genius marketing or just plain desperation? On the one hand, it's hard to take any of this seriously. It's so outlandish, so ridiculous, that it feels more like a parody than an actual political campaign. Chapter 6, Legal Troubles, Fueling the Brand or Burning It Down. Let's be honest, folks, the man's legal troubles are more extensive than the menu at a cheesecake factory. We're talking lawsuits, investigations, indictments, the whole shebang. It's enough to make even the most seasoned legal scholar's head spin. The question is, how are all these legal woes affecting his brand? Is it strengthening it, turning him into a martyr for his supporters, or is it finally starting to crack the carefully constructed facade of the Trump empire? On the one hand, you could argue that the legal battles are just fueling the fire. His supporters see him as a victim, a political prisoner, a lone wolf, fighting against the corrupt establishment. They rally around him, donate to his legal defense fund, and buy even more Trump 2024 merchandise. The indictments become badges of honor, proof that he's a threat to the powers that be, that they're out to get him because he's fighting for the little guy. Never mind the fact that the little guy is probably still waiting for their Trump University refund. But on the other hand, you have to wonder how long this can last. Outro genius or disaster, you decide. So there you have it, folks. The good, the bad, and the downright bizarre world of Trump marketing. From MAGA hats to NFTs to legal defense fund merch, the man knows how to sell himself, even if what he's selling is questionable at best. Trump is a master of making headlines, good or bad, but is he still the marketing king? Comment below, genius or disaster, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more spicy takes.